with your Wednesday, July 7th evening newscast. My name is Joshua Van Slegman. That should be July 6th evening newscast. My name is Joshua Van Slegman. Thank you for joining us on the radio with a difference, 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Let's get to the news in details.
Go loud or go home. Never miss out on your favorite.
We do apologize for that technical glitch. We continue with your news. We tell you now that two policemen were on Tuesday charged separately for their involvement in the shooting and death of Quindon Bacchus, and they were charged for allegedly preventing the course of justice by providing false information to investigators. The defendants, Thurston Simon, 24 of Beirut East Coast, Demerara, and Damian McLennan, 35 of Lot 95B Fields of Fire, appeared before Chief Magistrate Anne McLennan via Zoom to answer to the charges. Simon, via his lawyer Everton Lamby, told the court that he was threatened by one of his supervisors not to give any details to investigators investigators in the alleged gunning down of Bacchus, who was shot dead on June 10th, last by one of his colleagues, Christophe de Nobrega, at the east coast of Demerara at Haslington. De Nobrega has since been remanded to prison on the charge of murder, and now Simon and McLennan are now before the courts for perverting the course of justice by giving false information about the case to investigators. They were both remanded until July 12, 2022, and were expected to return to the Georgetown Magistrates Court for the second court appearance. The Bank of Ghana has reported a decline in oil production for the first quarter of 2022, despite the coming on stream of a second floating production, storage and offloading FPSO vessel, the Liza Unity. The information is contained in the Bank of Ghana's quarterly financial report for 2022, documenting the financial affairs of the country up to March, pointed to a marginal decline in the production of oil. It was reported that the decline in production was a result of the scheduled maintenance for the first FPSO, the Liza Destiny. The Liza Destiny began production in December 2019 with an installed capacity of 120,000 barrels of oil per day, but had been producing as much as 130,000 barrels per day following its debottlenecking exercise. As for the Liza Unity, Guyana's second FPSO, which began pumping oil in February this year, that too is also poised to be optimized so that it can achieve production above its nameplate capacity of 220,000 barrels of oil per day. It was reported that the third ship Payara is also scheduled to come on stream with a production capacity of 220,000 barrels per day in 2024, but that has since been moved up to the fourth quarter of 2023. We tell you now that the production sharing agreement with ExxonMobil Ghana and its provision as is will ensure that Ghana continues to receive the 14.5% take from its oil reserves in the Stabroek block until those oil reserves have been exhausted. This is the conclusion of former Guyanese representative, Professor Cyril Kenrick Hunt, who is saying that it is time the 75% cost recovery being deducted for exploration and other costs such as the initial capital layout will be reduced, thereby increasing the share due to the country. Professor Hunt is the former commissioner of the Cooperative Republic of Ghana to the Republic of South Africa and is also the non-resident High Commissioner to the Republic of that should be the High Commissioner of the Republic of Zambia and non-resident ambassador to the Republic of Zimbabwe. He is a full professor of economics and from the Department of Economics at Howard University, Washington, where he was a director of graduate studies in the department. Professor Hunt was also a professor at the Johns Hopkins University and a lecturer at the University of Ghana and also holds a PhD in economics from the Ohio State University. He outlined that, according to Professor Hunt, since Ghana is the sole owner of the resource, this is the identified inequality and is based on the parameters of the contract, the 14.5% for Guyana and the rest of EEPGL. Get the full details in today's Kaieteur News. And with that, we've come to the end of your evening newscast right here on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. My name is Josh Evanis Leckman. Thank you for joining us. Have a great remainder of your Wednesday evening. Coming up at 19 hours 20, it will be time for the rebroadcast of the Glenn Lyle Show.